Oh, another bad hair day. Got poop stick here. We're trying to get level 20. Take about a few minutes, I think. We'll hit level 20. We'll get some new tech, and we'll try to survive a bit longer here. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks a canteen. That's what I need, is a canteen. I need containers. You know, I made stuff and then it says, oh, you need this, you need that. Okay, well, where is that? You know, where is it? Oh, I need some water. Oh, there we go. Got so much food here. Yum. Okay, so let's go tech. This is tier 1. Fire arrows, flare arrows, okay. Stick. Oh, I make wood in the stick. I can make leather in the rope, okay. Got thatch, we got wood, okay. I don't see anything there we need. What we got here? A water bomb, okay. Steel, yeah. Damn, 8 ingots, huh? Still trying to find a container. I'm just how do you make a container, right? Is it here? Canteen. Aha. Well, look how big our freaking house is. And I like, dude, you gotta make so much shit. It's so stupid. Damn, I'm good. Want some of this, bitch? Ow. Dang it. Fucker bit me. Really? Die, bitch. Another one? Think I can take out a buffalo? I don't know. Should probably fix my bow first. All that raw meat. Oh my god, there's another crocodile there. Dude, what's your deal, bro? Suture kit. I need to make more suture kits then. What? That was scary. Kitchen bench. Well, Okay. I need wood. But first I want to make... Did I choose iron axe tech tree? Really, bro?
Hey everybody, what's going on? Shabby Do here, and today we're going to talk about the deep vein mining drills here. These bad boys, the deep mining drills, biofuel and electric, okay? We're going to talk about costs, the runtime costs, as well as the output. And at the end of this, we're all going to decide together if this is worth it or not. Now, I will say I think this is a great addition, but my opinion, time better spent elsewhere. But let's get into the nitty gritty here. First, let's talk about blueprints and costs. So the first one is going to be your biofuel run deep mining drill. 12 steel, 24 copper, 12 epoxy, and 10 electronics. And of course, you're going to need a biofuel composter. You're going to need a biofuel can, but you can put the can inside of this. So then what you'll do, you'll build that over at your machining bench. Come on over, snaps right on top as such. Come on in, throw our can down. And it doesn't auto feed, so like if it auto fed, you do this, and you can't just stack multiple cans in here, you have to feed it at once. And here it goes, as you can see, that bar is slowly climbing. That is gonna take exactly 1 full minute to get 1 copper ore. And this is a copper node obviously here, there's other different nodes, but all the ones I found in the Riverlands out here where I'm living is all copper. So you would just let this go, and every minute you're going to get 1 copper ore. This biofuel can will last about a little over 2 hours, give or take. I think it gives you about 225 copper ore for every can, so you're talking a little over 2 hours worth of work out of this. So that's the tier 3, in my opinion. Not that great, honestly. Like, when you think about it, that's 60 ore an hour, right? So in 1 hour, you're going to get 60 ore. But if I break a regular node, that one node is going to give me 30-something copper ore, right? Even with a platinum pick or your Shenggong Dong. Never mind your Shui Shui. So you're talking less than 2 full nodes of iron in 1 hour. I mean, passive income is better than none. That's pretty slow. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how fast is that tier 4 one, Shabby? It's a great question. Why don't we take a look here? Remember 1 copper we've gained through that entire conversation. Pick that up. And let's talk about the tier 4. So let's go in here. So, all the way down here. There it is. The electric deep mining drill. 25 aluminum, 15 electronics, only 5 electronics higher. 12 steel, 8 titanium, and 8 carbon fiber. Pretty sustainable at a tier 4 level. And then what you're going to do, you're going to plop that thing down. And obviously this runs off of electricity now, so you're going to need to get yourself the biofuel generator, which is right here. So that'll be another 12 electronics. You're going to need an electricity tool for some gold and copper. And of course that means you need the fabricator as well for another 30 electronics. So we'll come over here, I'll put my biofuel can in here now instead. I'll turn this bad boy on. Let's set up our wiring system. And we'll run it through the water because that's nice and safe, right? That's my old line. Not gonna worry about that one. Connect it in here and boom, we got power. This thing requires 2,000 power. That means you could technically have 2 of these drills going on 1 generator. You're gonna need a lot of cable, but you can make it happen. Sometimes you can get lucky and find two caves next to each other with a deep mining ore deposit. So now you're probably wondering, Shabby, so how long does this take? It's going to take what? It's tier 4. It's twice as good, right? So it's going to take 30 seconds. I'm sorry to tell you, boss. This now takes 45 seconds per ore. So that means 80 a minute. Hasn't gotten that much better, honestly. It's better, not a lot better. So in 1 minute, you'll get 80. That's less than 3 copper nodes worth of it right there. In that hour, I could easily come back with like an entire inventory's worth and be completely full. I can go back with over 1,000 copper ore from, what, 2 caves maybe at this point, especially with the new voxel update. So when it comes down to it, is it worth it? The question is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because would I say it's worth it for copper or even gold? No, probably not. Maybe silica, you know? Maybe while you're working on your mission, you have silica going so that way you can make more concrete faster. And it's all passive at that point, you know? That might be one way to do it. Utilize it in an outpost in that instance so you can make more concrete buildings, and then you just have that passively out back. But again, personally at that point, I would just go out and gather because I could grab like 1,000 silica in one run. You know, whereas in an hour I'd only get 80. That's not a lot. 80 is 20 concrete, which doesn't get us very far. That's my thoughts on it. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this down below. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think of this. I mean, I think it's great. It's definitely good progress. Do I think it's useful? Not really. Not for your average player. Not for doing missions. Because, I mean, we built this, right? And even if I let it run for a couple hours, like, I'm probably going to be done with everything else, right? Like, why am I just sitting here for a couple hours waiting for this thing to mine me copper when I can just go to a different cave and clean it out in much less time, right? So when it comes to, like, mission progress, it's not going to happen. But maybe in an outpost, and you're just leaving it on because you're out building for 3 or 4 or 5, 6 hours, yeah, sure. You get a few more resources out of it. Nothing crazy, but it's better than nothing. I'll say that. So what do I rate this? I rate this a 3 out of 10. For a content update, I think it's a great content update, but for myself, especially as a solo player or mainly duo player when we do our live streams every Friday, it's not that useful. You know, it's a waste of the electronics that I could be using for something else. It's just a waste of time, and it's not something I would actively go for unless you put me in a map where resources are intentionally limited, and that's the mission, right? Like, the resources are intentionally limited in this one area, so you do have to set these up. That'd be a fun mission, but that's also a what-if kind of scenario. So, you know, food for thought there. So, like I said, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think of this update. If you like it, if you hate it, you love it, you hate it. It's fine. You're okay. You think it's great, but you're never going to use it. I want to know down below. If you do love this kind of content, so you love it, ICARUS, make sure you do hit that like button as well, so you can get back. So that you can help out the algorithm, get our videos out there, get more like-minded ICARUS lovers like yourselves here to feed off of our content, feed off of each other, leaving great comments. Speaking of, get to the Discord. We got a lot going on over there and a lot of great theory crafting for some really fun, interesting builds you don't want to miss out on. And speaking of missing out, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well and hit that bell so you can get back for that sweet Chevy content that we got every single day. But alright guys, that's going to wrap this up. This has been Shabby Doo, and hope the rest of your day is not too shabby.
Hey gamers, it's Grind This Game here, back with a kind of a interesting video about a giant cave that I found in ICARUS. I think it's the largest cave in the map. I found it last night while I was on the construction, sandbox construction quest. It is in grid D10. It actually spans multiple grid zones. It's so big. It goes over D10, E10, E11, F11. It has 2 entrances, so one of the entrances is at D10 here, and the other entrance is over down in E11 by my mouse. So I just wanted to give you guys a tour of this cave because it is crazy. Now, I've changed my settings a bit so it's more light in the cave. When I first came in here, it was pretty dark and there's some cliffs you can follow. So if you change your settings to the following, I usually play on Ultra, but if you change shadows to low, effects to low, and shading to low, it'll make the cave a lot brighter. And I set it to that so you guys can see it. Normally I don't play like that, but I wanted you guys to see this thing. So now we're officially in the cave. First thing about this cave, it has multiple chambers, at least 2 giant chambers. It is nighttime, so a torch does help when we're up close against things. But with these settings, you can see it's pretty bright. Now there's no worms in here, so that's really nice considering how huge it is. And there's actually stuff growing in here. So there's a hole at the top, which you can't really see right now, but and then there's this cliff. I'll show you the cliff here. But first I'll show you, there's a ramp up the right side when you first enter. There's lots of metal. There are probably 300 to 400 nodes in this cave. I haven't counted them all, but there's just so many. So if you go up this ramp on the right hand side, tons of ore. Now I've already mined about 5 aluminum, 5 gold, and a bit of titanium, probably 2 or 3 titanium. So this is the top of the right ramp. We'll go back down to the start. There's probably 200 iron in here or more. Oh yeah, one thing I want to show you before we go all the way down. There's this land bridge in between, and then there's 2 massive drop-offs here. That you gotta be careful about. If you come in here without a, when it's dark, you could easily fall in here, especially if you like walk towards some bush and you don't see. So there's that one major drop-off, and there's this drop-off here. Now we can walk all the way down this ramp and get down there in a second, but so just so you're oriented here, there's the entrance again. We're gonna head down the left side,
Marking it.
and you'll see a lot of gold. There's probably 20 gold nodes in here. I've seen. I've mined about 5 or 6 of them, but so we're heading down there first. There goes the pneumonia, as you'll probably get in this cave. So bring some antibiotics. It'll help you. I'll keep showing the map once in a while so you can tell where we're inside here. I've drawn a little map as well, but basically there's a big chamber kind of here. Then there's a tunnel that leads eastish, then south, and then there's another giant chamber down this way. And then there's a tunnel out, so I'll show you. We'll go down the ramp here. This is leading down to the water that we were looking down at earlier. So lots of metal down here. And that little arch is just the land bridge that we were over before. I haven't searched the water so much. I don't think there's any secret hidden things, but there might be. You never know. So going back up, heading east. I might have to use my tonic here to get rid of this this nasty pneumonia. Okay, now we're heading east. Back west is the massive cavern we were just in. Heading east, let's get that torch out, because it is getting darker out now. Now if you keep the water on your left, this heads to the next giant room. Now we'll head this way. As you see, lots of gold. You'll be seeing lots and lots of gold, more gold. So now we're heading a little bit southeast here on the map. It kind of heads along the grid line here and then east. And there's lots of like nodes up on the higher levels. It's hard to see right now, but so you'll want some ramps if you want to get every single node in this cave. The quest I'm on requires me to build electric furnace, electric dehumidifier, machining bench, fabricator, a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to be using up every single morsel of gold in this cave, I think. I've been holding out mining most of the gold though, because I wanted to get my titanium pickaxe first, so I was getting max yield. Okay, so at this part of the cave, now let's get forward a bit here. Right at this junction, right, just look at the node, it's crazy. At this junction here, there's a ramp that leads up that way. Well, I might as well go up here. It's pretty short, but there's some nodes up here. I just don't want you guys to get lost like I did the first time. So look at this. It's crazy. So this is just a little one-way ramp. I'll come back down here. This cave's so big it has 2 weather systems. There's an Arctic biome inside this cave. Okay, then down there is another switch pack which will... Where's my torch? Of course my torch got...
Alright. This game is boring as shit.
Anyway, onward. So there's a little